Welcome to hell.
Hello and welcome to the Jersey Shore Musicians Podcast. Fuck you.
It's just
I'm Matt. That's Jeff.
Hi.
And tonight we got the guys from the Break Plans.
Hey.
What's up, guys? Thanks for having us.
Thank you for having
Why
us.
don't you introduce yourselves, what you do in the band?
I'm Colton. I am the singer of The Break Plans.
I am Mike, and I do a lot of little things in the band, but I do play guitar too. So.
Yeah. And then we have a drummer who is at home, hopefully listening. His name is Dan. He's awesome, but he can't be here. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Three-piece?
Yeah, three-piece. We occasionally will hire out a bass player, or we get some friends to come and play with us, but most of the time it's three.
There you go. See, we don't even need a bass player. That's insulting.
That's kind of cool, actually. It's
idea.
hold on. It's inspiring.
Yeah.
We were just talking about
Just talking about basses, and then we just kind of are like, oh, yeah, sometimes we have a bass player.
backtrack.
Fuck those guys.
The backtrack machine plays so much better.
God, that's great.
So why don't you give us a little insight, a little history about the Break Plans, who you are, what you do, how you got to this point in time?
Yeah, we started the band about 5 years ago. The infamous Mike and I met on Craigslist, musicians seeking musicians.
It's always a gamble.
Yeah, it is. It is.
You never know what you're going to get.
Yeah, and it was a lot of it was a lot of drummers that loved heavy metal and double bass, and specifically in my ad, I was a singer looking for a band. Specifically, it was like Coldplay, The Killers, U2 vibes. So kind of weeded through some stuff, and then I got a text message from him saying, or an email, whatever. He responded, and he was like, "Yo, I really dig those influences. You don't really see too many people with those influences around." And then
On Craigslist.
on Craigslist, looking for a band, and then so he was like, "Do you want to come over to my house?" And I'm thinking like Craigslist, serial killer type stuff.
It's like Craigslist, most of the time it's just someone trying to harvest your kidneys or something,
So I was like, all right, well, we can meet, but how about we meet at a restaurant? So we end up going to the Cabin in Howell. We have our spot where we kind of first... Chapter House, that's right. I always do that. Chapter House. We have our table where we first met. Sometimes we go back and sit there. But yeah, showed him some music that I had. He showed me some music he had, and we decided... let's go ahead and do this crazy band thing. Right after he had
my first child. Yeah, what a great time to start a
Yeah.
band.
Yeah.
You have a 2-month-old. It's like, hey, babe, I'm going to start a band now.
I did my job, right? My job's done.
Yeah, she was exactly, But no, she was so thrilled about that decision.
Yeah, and it's funny because his daughter basically ends up being around the age of the band. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, yeah, it's easy to remember that anniversary.
Yeah.
So, but she's like our biggest fan.
Yeah, big time.
Oh, that's
Big time.
cool.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Wait till she gets older, she'll turn on you.
Oh, I'm sure she will.
Well, I always said he's got to write songs for her, and then we can. So if we don't get our dream, then we can make her like a Taylor Swift.
We're just
type
like
deal.
take our songs and just
exactly just redo them.
Yeah. Re-release
Got to
them.
mold her right into it.
Yeah, right.
Oh, my God, that's great. So, how do you guys go about your process as far as like writing and recording and stuff like that? Is there like a leader, or you two kind of like whip the other one into shape? Like,
it's funny. Like I would say, there's probably like three phases of the band as far as writing. Like the first phase, we first met each other. We're kind of like checking each other out, trying to see like who's like better at writing songs. Kind of like secretly, probably. So the first batch of songs we had were kind of like mismatches, whatever you want to call it. Like kind of like I brought stuff, you brought stuff. We kind of worked on it in your parents' basement for like probably way too long.
Yeah.
Then hired a producer, and he just kind of figured it out for us. Like,
It was one of those where I was all gung ho and thinking, I can produce this, and then every mix or something was just like this was off. So we decided to go ahead and get a producer, and I feel like that's really when we kind of started.
Yeah, and then like probably the second phase, I would say. Probably like it was. I think like you had your batches, I had my batches. Then we went to the studio and we kind of like then worked on them together in the studio.
Yeah.
But I feel like now like we kind of just write. Like I'll write the songs I want to write. He'll write the songs he wants to write, and we just record them that way.
Yeah,
You know?
and typically I like to think that we kind of go into with our producers. We work with some really talented people, and I think that we help or we utilize them as much of a songwriter essentially as I guess we kind of do. It's where our songs really mold and take shape nowadays. When in the beginning we'd pretty much demo it out and then have it just ready to be polished and whatnot. But I think now we kind of go into it figuring out like what we can do kind of day of and just leaving it up to the fates sometimes.
Yeah, I think like to dive deeper, it's like I like used to demo a lot more.
Yeah.
But now like I'll just kind of go in my head, I can hear the song and then we'll just lay it out in the studio, like, do like scratch takes on acoustics, kind of get a rough idea, and then we'll just build it from there. And I think that's kind of what we do now mostly, right?
Yeah.
For the most part.
Yeah. I mean the new EP I feel like I demoed a little bit more than I have in the past.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think you had All Torn Apart and
Yeah.
Happy Again.
Yeah.
Definitely were super demoed.
Definitely we're super demoed. Better Off was demo though.
Better Off is demo, but that one kind of like
That one changed.
I feel like that
a lot.
one, like the All Torn Apart and Happy Again are like really your songs. Better Off, like you kind of birthed that one, and then me and you probably crafted that one pretty
Yeah.
good. But yeah, anyway, long story short, yeah, I think we in the studio tend to like to go in there with not a lot.
Yeah.
And then work on it from there.
And then and also I would say too, I mean it does sound like he writes his and then I write mine, but it is very much a collaborative process. I'm fortunate at least to where I find him to literally be like a second half of where I come in with an idea or half of a song, and then he's always going to be my guy to help finish it, and then we work back and forth and we'll negotiate on certain things, and I think at the end of the day we've made some good choices for the songs the way that they've come out.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I noticed a lot of bands do it that way these days. But like when we were coming up, it was you play it 3,000 fucking times in practice, and you play the shit out of it, and you don't go in the studio until you have that thing like 100% done, nailed down. It's a much different approach these days.
Yeah. Well, I feel like I feel like a lot of that changed when, at least for me, like when I got my first MacBook, and then you start working on GarageBand.
Being able to record is so much more available to everyone these days.
Yeah. Even when I was growing up, I remember, unless you really had the money to shell out for Pro Tools, then good luck really getting a quality demo. And then, when I got GarageBand, that really started a lot of my songwriting. And then especially when we were in my parents' basement, we had everything. We had like piano, keyboards, drum set. Like everything down there. Yeah. And we demo a lot more now. He's got a space in your basement where we've messed around a couple times. I live in an apartment, so I just have like my desk that's maybe like the size of that dresser over there. It just has everything.
In today's
on it.
day, that's all you need.
Yeah.
Just put on a set of headphones,
Yeah.
you plug into some kind of interface, and most of your modeling's done on the computer.
Yeah.
I feel like we've just matured a lot. Like we kind of just know what we want when we go in the studio. Like I could just hear it sometimes, and it's like why waste my time demoing it when I could just be like, yo, let's just do this, and then the producer pretty much like understands what I'm trying to say, because that's why we hire him.
Exactly. Yeah.
To pretty much understand exactly what we want, and
they're wild because they can take like a just like onomatopoeia, like something that you can't really explain, and you're just trying to like sound it out to them. We're like, oh, I know exactly what you mean, and then they put it in there, and you're like, that's exactly what I meant.
Yeah.
So
that's why you got to find the right people to work with.
Yeah. It took us a few years to get comfortable, I guess, with a few of the people that we work with. Nowadays we're very comfortable, I like to feel, in the studio, and we're just super grateful to work with such talented people that we have, and I don't think we'd be where we were without their hand in the process.
I mean, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, just like watching even those producers like Rob and Corey grow, like with all the guys that they're working with now, it like blows my mind. I'm like, we're just lucky we're working with them.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool. So what do you guys have out now that like people can find to listen to you guys?
So we're on obviously we're on Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer, YouTube Music, all the choose your streaming softwares that you use, all the usuals. And we have
not TouchTunes though.
Not TouchTunes because that's we've tried. We really haven't tried, but we're unfortunately not on that. But we have, I think, 12 songs out that we call like our original songs that we've written since 2019. And then the last song that we released before this previous one was all the way back in 2022. So we kind of took a year to write and regroup and come up with some better strategies business-wise. As you guys know, a band is as much a business as a business is. And then so we released a song May 4th, right? What was it?
May 10th.
May 10th. Let's see. There we go.
May the
May
4th be with you.
May the 4th be with you. No, it's my friend's birthday, so I was getting confused. But so May 10th, we just released our song called Better Off, which is the first of our new EP, which will be May. Our next song is in June, then I think July, August, September, or something like that.
That's what I was going to ask. Are you going to release like an album, or are you doing the singles approach to it?
Yeah, so we're calling it an EP, but we're going to do it as singles. And then I think when we put the final EP together, we're going to throw in a couple extra tracks in there. I don't know. We're doing a cover. We've never, we typically like to write our music, but we're doing a cover. So I think we'll throw that in as the EP, and then we have like an acoustic track of Better Off that we did. I guess we're still kind of trying to figure that out, but it's going to seem like singles. So we're doing the pretty much like single every 6 weeks.
Yeah, it's pretty much the normal approach these days.
Yeah.
You put out a bunch of singles and then just at the end say, now it's an album. You believe like a collection.
Exactly. Yeah.
A collection's probably a better term. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and then I mean we're always, I feel like we're always kind of writing. So it's weird how the process works, but it tends like Better Off. I think I wrote or started writing back in like 2022, right? Was that?
I mean, you must have broken up with your girlfriend around then. So.
That was around there, yeah. so sometimes just the process and life happens, and it takes a little while for it to get to the finalized stage, and we tend to try and play it right, and we're working with a distributor this time.
Okay.
We have a publisher, so we were just making sure we weren't making rash decisions, and be like, we just want to release, we just want to play. We played a lot of shows last year. This year, it's more focused on release and doing, press and podcasts and everything like that. But
play more meaningful shows.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yep.
Make yourself a little more scarce.
Yeah. Try to. I mean, we had a lot of fun playing shows, and I think at least myself, I was of the notion of, the more we play, the better, and the more fun it's going to be. And then you don't get to that point where, you start to realize.
You gotta play just
how's that going now?
Yeah.
You play just enough to leave them wanting more, but you don't want to play too much where they kind of get sick.
Yeah,
of it.
Well,
exactly.
Exactly right. Because there's some bands that play we'll play Asbury every other weekend, and it's like, how many times can you go see this?
And bringing
exactly.
We want to bring value to people, and if you're not going to go see the same show, 2 weeks in a row, kind of deal. So
I mean, it doesn't. It's not even just necessarily Asbury. Asbury is a big culprit of it, but all over the place you find these promoters where they'll book like the same core of like 10 to 15 bands, and even on the same bills constantly, and then these 3 bands played this exact same show 3 weeks ago. I'll book that.
Exactly.
Change it up.
No, exactly.
I mean, even my favorite bands, I mean, occasionally I want to go see them like twice in one tour, but I mean, once is usually enough, and that's at the higher end of the spectrum. So I figure we're not getting that same level of attention. So I think you're right. It's smarter to settle back and do shows that are a little bit more meaningful. Yeah.
Well, you said at the higher end, sometimes I just went to go see Baroness last week.
Yeah.
And in 3 weeks from now, they're playing at the Broken Goblet in Bensalem, PA, and I'm thinking about also hopping out there. I don't know if you guys have ever seen or heard of that venue.
No.
Super fucking cool.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's called the Broken Goblet.
Really?
It's a real cool place.
That sounds awesome.
I think it's like a brewery, and they have a whole stage.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's cool.
In Bensalem, you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty sure it's in Bensalem.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bensalem, bro.
Bensalem.
Not Ben Salem.
Salem.
That's how you say Primark wrong, but.
Here comes the drama. It's coming out.
I know.
Put microphones in front of them. They start throwing
I don't
daggers.
have time for a comeback. It's not even worthy of a comeback. That comment.
Shut up, Rangers fan. Anyway, just kidding. Oh man. So all right. So you guys, I guess you're having the collection of an EP is going to be coming out in 2024. So spread out for the rest of the year.
Yep.
What's in the cards for 25, 26?
I mean, we
hopefully 24 could work.
Hopefully 24 works.
And then 25 will be worth it.
I mean, we've like I mentioned, we started working with a distributor, we have a publisher. we're going to start working with a PR firm, if you will, in this one individual who actually a couple years ago kind of basically told us, like, you're not there yet, like, we won't work with you. And then, it's nice to, get circled back to and say, all right, good music this time. Let's go for it again. And,
Congratulations, you're allowed in.
Exactly.
You've reached the next level.
I mean, the sad part is they're like, oh, you're worth my time now.
Yeah.
Level up, bitch.
That's pretty much what they said.
But
Shit.
I will say, though, it was very rewarding to hear that. And, I think it was a motivating factor for us. We've always been the type of people to, want to prove ourselves. But kind of going back to your question. So if all goes well, I mean, we would love to tour in 2025. Hopefully, touring and writing tends to coincide. So hopefully write some more so that way we could do maybe a full length in 2025, 26, something like that. But I think at least me personally, my heart's set on touring.
Okay.
I don't think, never knock on wood, but, I don't think that we have, the base just yet to go out on our own tour. And I think we've always loved the idea of being able to open for someone that we look
That's
up
how
to.
you want to start. You want to have somebody pick you up and
Yeah.
you can just tag along with somebody else. Yeah.
Exactly. And I think that'll help just with, making connections and, even making, friendships and because we've kind of noticed that's how a lot of the industry works. It's just people who know each other and you get along, and then next thing you know, it's like, hey, I also know this guy. You want to link up with him, and it's gotten us to some decent places, and we just hope we can continue. We can continue on that way.
So if you tour, you're gonna get like one of your friends to play bass, or you're gonna actually get somebody that fucking plays
No, so
bass?
actually, we do have a bassist for live shows, Noah.
Noah.
So
Noah's the man.
and
he
yeah,
also
he
is
the man,
he's a man. He's also a one of the producers that we go to, and I feel like we hold him very tight. He's one when we want to do like acoustic things or more intimate type of setups. He's there. He's always been such a great guy to us, and it's awesome to have him on stage when
Nice.
he plays.
Yeah.
When he plays
It's good
bass.
to have that.
Yeah,
It's real good.
yeah.
Gotta have a bass player.
I mean,
We hold down the whole fort,
Yeah.
man.
do you though?
We do.
I kind of feel like that's the drummer.
That's the backbone. The drums ain't shit without the bass.
all about that bass.
See, he knows. He knows.
You're not wrong. I mean, I
Slapping
do.
the bass.
It is nice. It sounds a
the
lot more
foundation,
well-rounded.
man.
Yeah. And that's a sound you want when you go to a place. You want that thudding right in your chest.
You want that low end to smack you
Yeah.
upside the face.
Yep.
That's what I'm talking about.
What are you trying to justify? I mean, these guys just opened up my eyes. I don't fucking need you.
Yeah, you do.
No,
Yeah, you do.
not even here.
All you need is an auxiliary cord and a backtrack.
Whoa.
At least that backtrack will be in time.
I mean, I could agree with like replacing a drummer with a drum machine. That I can get on
that's
board with
boring.
because drummers
It's so boring.
Drummers are terrible people. But
Oh my god, really? Jesus. Can't wait to see the death threats you get now.
Yeah. Right.
it happens. Every band I've ever been in, the problem was always the drummer.
Every drummer's gonna be writing in.
That motherfucker.
All 7 people that listen to this.
Yeah, until you're
You just
fucking,
lost your
your
bass
shit's like
playing
on fire in
fans.
your front lawn.
All right.
Yeah, and here we are losing fans because they don't have a bass player. That's not a real
No,
band.
that's like
No, they have
always
a bass
been-
player for tour.
That's been like the comment to us.
Yeah.
Like, where's your bass player?
Yeah.
It's
We-
like,
He's right here.
Hold up an iPod.
he's track 4
Yeah.
on that backtrack.
Fuck that motherfucker. Anyway, sorry. Go
it's
ahead.
just wrong.
What's wrong?
It's just wrong.
Why is it wrong? You just take
Bass,
such
bass
offense.
players never get love, man. Never, ever.
Oh yeah, and guitar
I did
players.
see a
are
meme
just-
about
Actually,
that, yeah.
to be fair, I love my low end. I love my bass.
Yeah, you do.
Like,
You do.
I'm like obsessed with having like good solid low end in our
He's
recordings.
Mr. Can you show me where the subwoofers are?
Even like synth bass in our record. I'm like, yeah, we gotta have some synth bass too. Like just extra low end. So that chorus
really rounded
so,
out.
so that
Yeah,
chorus
yeah.
slaps.
You're just offending the guy every.
No, actually, it's
No,
No, sometimes you need that
sounds
for that
awesome.
big, thick sustain,
Yeah.
you know? Yeah.
It's just not gonna work, dude. Stop.
It is.
Just
Trust
stop.
Me.
It's
Just trust-
over.
Just trust me.
It's over, man.
It's fine.
Would you ever play
Distorted
bass on a kind of keyboard?
No, I would only do it on a guitar.
There you go.
Oh, that's pretty sick.
Gotta
Guitar's
represent.
pretty Sick. Yeah.
Can't conform totally.
Oh my god, that's so fucking funny.
I'm gonna buy a guitar now just for you.
Go ahead, have a great time. I hope,
That
I
does
hope your
sound
new
like an
band
awesome
likes that. Look what you started. It's
I
all
didn't
your
do
guys'
shit.
fault.
I didn't do shit.
Yeah.
That's all you.
Yeah. Oh my god, that's so funny. So what? I'm sorry. I just think I'm gonna take you to the diner after this.
Oh, really? We had a guy on here.
Wait, I was gonna ask though. Wait, have you ever fired somebody from your band?
No, not this one.
No.
Not this one. I mean, actually, all the bands
you've
I've-
ghosted somebody out of the band.
we ghosted one person out of the band.
We had,
should've
we had a
took him
guy
to
on
the
here. His
diner.
name was John
But-
Caspy, and every time he would fire somebody from his band, he's like, "Come on, we're gonna go to the diner," and he'd actually take him to the diner, buy him food and like coffee,
Yeah.
and sit down and be like, "All right, this is why you fucked up, and this is why this is why you're not gonna be in this band anymore."
At least you get a meal. At least you get a meal out of
Right?
it.
Exactly. That's your
It's
fucking party
courteous.
gift.
It's courteous. It's a good way to go about it.
That's too
You're in a
funny.
public setting, so they won't freak out.
Exactly. Yeah. Won't freak out.
yeah.
Yeah. No, we did. Well, he wasn't ready at the.
Yeah.
It was a drummer who didn't have a drum set.
He's also come full
At the end of the
circle
day.
and
He
admitted,
has,
and admitted
you
he wasn't
know.
ready though. So
And
he's a great guy. He's an
wasn't
awesome dude. Yeah.
it wasn't the fit. It wasn't the right fit at the right time, and I'm glad that we did meet our drummer Dan when we did, because that's been a great fit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything happens for a reason.
I mean, we're brothers. We argue from time to time, but at the end of the day, I mean, it's because we all have passion, and it would be weird if we didn't argue like brothers, because we are kind of like brothers at this point.
oh yeah. Well, I mean, anytime you're gonna have
Yeah.
personality conflicts and just people approach things different. You're gonna be
Yeah.
like, "Oh,
Yeah.
fuck you, we're doing it my way."
Yeah,
No, we're doing it
yeah.
my way.
It's like 99% of the problems that we have.
That's what you call it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be politically correct. Like when we ride, I'm like, "Jeff, stop being an asshole and just listen to
Yeah.
me."
Yeah.
How's that work out for you?
Sometimes it works.
Doesn't though.
It does.
You can count on one hand. Anyway, so yeah, like I definitely want you guys, like when you fire somebody, like your drummer or your bass player, maybe each other, you should
Wow.
call in and be like, "Hey man,
Hey.
we went to the diner.
Yeah.
We got mozzarella sticks,
Yeah.
Some
no,
jalapeno
no
poppers.
sauce. You have to eat it dry because you're fired."
Let them know. I mean, that's just a great move in general. Hey, let's
You
go
know,
to the
that's very
diner.
business.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. That sure is, at least.
It's like your severance meal.
Yeah.
Over a piece of custard pie. I got fired over a piece of custard pie.
Or if you want to be real spiteful, you take them to a really shitty diner.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
little fucking hole in the wall.
Make
Right.
them pay the bill.
So you're
too.
out of the band and you have food poisoning.
Yeah.
Like, I gotta go to the
Just making
bathroom.
it
I'll be right
terrible.
back.
Yeah.
Just fucking
Just
leave.
dip out.
And then you
Stick 'em
dine
with
and
the
dash and leave them with the check.
Yeah. Yeah. Just make it even better for him.
Yeah.
Like, motherfucker.
Motherfuckers.
You're an idiot. I'm sorry. Like I said, it's been a
It's been a day. I know. It's Monday.
It's been a
You went
day.
golfing.
It is
You've been
Monday.
drinking all day. Blah,
Yeah.
blah, 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 blah.
sunburn.
It's the
I'm fucking
usual.
all
huh?
sunburnt.
You sound like an old man.
We love
Fine.
golf. We
Yeah.
love
Oh,
golf.
nice, nice.
Yeah, yeah.
We're golfers.
See, we find more musicians now are golfers. It's
Yeah.
so fucking weird.
It's
Love
it's
it.
very.
Like we've actually had
relaxing.
the discussion of trying to do like a Jersey Shore musicians podcast golf outing.
Let us
Oh,
know.
that'd be
Let
fun.
us
Yeah,
know.
let us
Well, I
know.
was
We're
like, we,
in.
we could put together at least, I'm going to
We're
say
in.
like 5 or 6 foursomes.
He's actually really good. He's
nice.
good.
Well, then
I'm-
you can't come.
I'm decent.
Would
I'm
you
like,
say you can't
I haven't
go?
played in a while, but
yeah. Oh yeah, but he hasn't played in a while. But he is good. He is
Nice.
good. We had a whole summer where we were golfing like, I don't know, 2 times a week at like minimum probably, and he was spanking my ass every time. That was
once you drive the ball really far, it's a lot easier.
I know, yeah.
Yeah, you get that
Not
far
wrong.
and straight.
Yeah.
That next one's just like, a little chip.
It's a
We're
little
good.
chip.
Yeah.
It's so much easier.
Yeah.
So being
Sure
in the
is.
woods.
You got to find the right driver.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, I've been using my wood recently because my driver just is not working. It's not. It's just I'm a lefty and I just keep slicing the damn ball.
Damn.
And then so I take the fairway. I take my 3-wood and it goes straight as fuck, just like 200 yards. But that's fine. I'd rather
Yeah, do
I'd
that
rather-
twice. There's 400,
Exactly.
and then you're good. Like,
they
you're
were
good for
sitting
that.
in there.
You know what I miss the most on Facebook? Dude, where's my par?
I know.
The group,
I know.
That group was
such
the
a great-
greatest group.
It's like a
of
golf
all
roasting
time.
group.
Oh my
Oh,
god!
really? I never
Oh,
heard
it
of
was
it.
the great.
It was the
It was
best.
like violent and vulgar.
Yeah.
And that's probably why they got rid of it.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was. It was like.
Come to think of it, that's probably why it's not there
I don't want
anymore.
to say like it wasn't like X-rated like nudity. It was like everything else was just vulgar. Like I never saw a Facebook group like this in
Oh,
my
man. No, it was like brutal roasting.
Yeah, it was bad. Yeah. and then just vanished one day.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
feel
You
right
put
at
he
home
put a
there.
swing.
It was so good.
You put a swing video of me on there, and I got toasted. big
Oh
time.
my god, that's
Yeah,
fucked
that
up.
was, yeah.
I mean,
I woke up to like all these
It's-
notifications. and
yeah,
I'm like,
it's
what is
not.
this?
It's not safe. Like you don't want to. It's
Well,
not
it's
safe.
not for anybody who's a little
It could
soft.
damage you
gotta-
mentally.
No,
Yeah, you gotta have some thick
it's like
skin.
it's like criminal.
Yeah,
that,
but-
that group.
But and then with the Devils, like we both grew up as hockey guys. Like I played it, so I'm used to the old chirping and dealing with that. That doesn't really scare me off too much.
Yeah,
But
that was the
yeah.
greatest group of all time.
certain people I know probably would not be too acclimated to that
No.
type of crowd. But we don't mind.
Well, a
as
lot of
much.
people these days get their feelings hurt real
They do.
quick.
They do very
Real
quickly.
quick.
Yeah.
Well, the best was when they would post like someone got like into a fight, so they would like record the fight live, and everyone would just be like, a fight on the golf course, golf course fights.
Awesome.
Oh, it was
That was such a
brutal.
good group.
And that was probably still like low to like some of the other vulgar
Yeah,
stuff on there.
yeah.
But man, I used to live for that.
And that was
Like,
fun. That was fun. I remember
Yeah.
that.
Waiting-
Those are the good old days.
Good old back up on hole 8
Yeah.
and a fight broke out.
Oh my god!
So
All right. Well, last time I checked, this is a music podcast.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, you say that all the time, but eventually
I know,
you just
we-
go to golf.
We always end up going to golf. I
Yeah.
guess.
Oh, yeah.
but to all the listeners out there,
Yeah.
listen. Golf is still a safe and fun sport.
Yeah, golf is fun. It is.
It's humbling.
It is very humbling.
Don't flip the cart. They hate that.
Yeah.
That's all I've been seeing recently. Is like people
Yeah.
just bombing it in the bunkers. And
Yeah, that's wild.
The roof goes flying off. People go flying everywhere.
I just don't get that. Like imagine just like having to wait there while the Ranger's coming out and explaining what you did. Like I just don't get that.
Yeah, how do
the
you
fuck
justify
did
that
you
one?
Yeah, yeah.
I found it like this. I came.
I hit a
submit
bump
your-
and the roof came off.
Some midget ran out of the woods and stole it and just
I went up
he
to
took
the
off.
tee off and I came back and the car
It's just
flipped
like
over.
this. I have no idea.
That'd be awesome.
All right, so like, what kind of shows you been playing lately? Where you been playing? You been going all over? Just staying local?
Nice segue. I like
Yeah,
that. Good
that
job.
is. Gotta keep it back to
Get it
music.
back on track.
Get it back to music.
Gotta get it right back on track.
Let's see.
We haven't really played many. So
Yeah,
we put that one.
Well, that was. I mean, last year we played a bunch last
Yeah,
year. I mean,
yeah.
we get so. I'll start with the coolest show that we get to play. We get to play this festival called Music Fest in Bethlehem.
Bethlehem.
Yeah, Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. We played it last year. They invited us back, and it's probably like the coolest stage that we've ever played on. It's like 40 feet
The
wide.
size of like a PNC.
It's
stage.
wild,
It's
yeah.
so
And they have like I mean, last year there was like a potential rain delay, and they were going to cancel it, and we were all freaking out. So they removed them, but they have like the broadcast cameras and everything. So like you got like the whole video screen where they like put the camera, so like you're big and everything. It's totally awesome. We get to do that, and then
and for this one this year, we're not like opening for Shinedown, but
Yeah.
kinda.
We're playing-
Shinedown, right? They're playing in
Yeah.
the stage next to us, after us. So it's
yeah,
kinda
so how that works is like there's like two sides of that town, and one side is like where the national touring acts come through, and then there's the stage that we're talking about. And the stage that we're on is a free stage, so anybody that's like walking by can just come hang out.
Yeah, it's more
and-
like independent music, you know.
Yeah, and we're playing like he said, we're playing like the hour before Shinedown. I think gates open or the
Yeah,
opener goes
something
on,
like
something
that,
like
yeah.
that. So we're hoping to get kind of a pass through crowd, which is in the past something that's really helped us out is just getting people that happen to be there. We're fortunate where people are typically very complimentary towards us, and it's just kind of their happenstance way of hearing our music. Not
Well, anytime you can
necessarily
get in
seeking
front
out.
of new people, I think
Yeah.
it's not a bad
Yeah.
thing.
And we've played, I mean, I guess just over the past couple of years, I mean, we've played a lot in Asbury. That's just kind of our home base. That's where I live now. And it's just kind of, those are typically where we can
Yeah.
pull the most crowd. And also, I guess just like the easiest to book, kind of. We played up at Dingbats, right?
right. Yeah.
We're playing Atlantic City this year for North to Shore rather than Asbury, which is kind of a cool little switch up because
Little
usually,
transfer, yeah.
yeah, and I mean that's I forget the name of the venue, but it's like a field, I think.
Bader Field.
I don't think it's Bader
I don't know.
because I was
It's the
thinking.
only field I know down
I'm not
there.
sure.
Yeah.
There's the Orange Loop.
The Orange Loop.
That's
That's
Orange
what
Loop,
it is.
yeah.
Yeah. So,
But I
that'll-
was going to say, though, it's our 2-year anniversary from one of our coolest shows being flown out to L.A. to play.
Yeah, that was cool.
So it's like 2 years ago today. We were, one of our
was
fans flew us out to L.A. to play her birthday party.
Oh wow,
That was awesome.
Damn, that's
that was
cool.
super cool. Yeah.
Airfare, put us up, everything. That's like pretty much one of the
Was
coolest.
it Cafe Downtown? Downtown
Cafe something.
Cafe? Hotel Cafe.
Hotel.
We should be better at this.
Whatever. But yeah. But no, it's like this time 2 years ago. So I was going to
Yeah.
remind you that was a cool thing. But yeah, I guess basically like we were kind of saying earlier in the podcast that like we're taking time to work on our music, press, energy into that, less shows, but more of quality.
Yeah, and then I mean we played in New York too. We played Bowery.
Yep, Bowery.
Bowery Electric. But New York is just like I would love to play there, but getting in and out is such a hassle, and the parking.
And getting anybody from here to go there
Exactly.
to see you is a fucking
Yeah.
nightmare.
It's a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, and it's it's one of those things too where we'll post things and we'll get people to like, oh, come out to Pittsburgh or like come out to North Carolina, and like we'd love to, man, but like it's just you got to build a fan base and hopefully have that there because nobody likes playing in empty rooms, number one, and number two, the businesses don't really like it when you're not selling tickets. You know?
The promoter in North Carolina is like, you're gonna draw absolutely nobody here.
Yep.
Yeah,
no, actually, one person. Don't forget our fan that said it.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll come. But no, I mean shows like we were talking about before. Shows are fun for us to play, but it's we have to make them kind of more meaningful and figure out how to navigate that aspect of it. We'd really like to put together. Or I should say we're in the process of putting together our EP release show, which will probably be sometime August, September-ish, which will be, I guess, more of like the main concert event thing that we're doing this year. Like I said, we are doing Music Fest. We have a couple gigs in AC. And then,
What do you guys have merchandise-wise? Like, we go to a gig, what do you sell?
Yeah, we have
Besides like a
million.
download card.
We have like a million.
We have
t-shirts.
beanies. We got some hoodies.
Nice.
We got a million Fashionably Late t-shirts.
Yeah, we have. Is that what we ordered? A ton of
million. Of
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, so we have our own like physical merch. A lot of people do like the drop ship type stuff, which is cool. But there's something to be said about having it physically. And we send it out personally to a lot of the people. And me, I guess I'm just always indecisive. I like printing like one-offs of things, and then it really sucks for like, do you have this like lime green shirt in a large? And we're like, no, because I only printed a medium.
Well, it helps a lot too. Like when you could say, like, "Hey, come out to the show. We're only printing 20 of these.
Yeah.
If you don't come to the show, you're not getting one.
Yeah.
And that also helps you be able to pull more people out to the draw at the show. And
Yeah, I was gonna say we're no longer shipping worldwide. That ship has sailed. This poor girl in Germany ordered a beanie from us. I shipped it out to her. It never got to her, I guess. It took forever. It got bounced back to me. I kept DMing her, apologizing. She ghosted us.
Oh well,
I felt bad, but she didn't
Our
want a
bad.
refund either.
Well, that's
so I was like, whatever. But yeah, no
That's
longer shipping
Germany's fault.
worldwide. That's a nightmare.
yeah, we have.
I mean, it really is. It really is.
Yeah.
I had to fill out custom things and stuff. I was like, this is
Yeah,
insane.
that's wild. We'll ship whatever, but yeah, we have t-shirts, we have hoodies, we have beanies.
And you always add out your shows, like you have them all out. Like
So our shows, we actually sell merch pretty decently at our shows. I like that. I mean, we have some pretty cool designs, and like one of my favorite things is we print down the sleeve, which is like hard to find in a lot of places. So I like doing that. And yeah, I mean, every time that we played, our merch sells, and it's funny because I know that there's that like unwritten rule of you never wear the band, the shirt of the band that you're going to see. Nobody cares about that.
You've broken that rule a million times.
Yeah, I think it's a stupid rule. I mean, like if I'm going to see that band, hey, I got my band shirt for this band. But our fans do that a lot too, which is super cool to see. Cool. Just when you walk into a room, seeing your brand, being shown, which is super cool.
My old band, everybody in the band used to wear our shirt, so we would be the band wearing the shirt of the band.
Yeah, we've done that before. I mean, This will sound funny. He's basically the fashion coordinator for the band, so he puts together outfits for me, which is awesome. I just show up like a bum to shows, and he's like, "All right, I got this outfit for you." And I'm
Occasionally,
like,
I forget my outfit.
I know, yeah, which has happened.
At Music Fest,
Yeah.
I was more concerned with his outfit than I left my outfit at the hotel room.
Yeah, and he had to perform in shorts, and
short
he
shorts.
hates shorts.
It was like really hot Music Fest. So like that day, it was like one of the hottest
Yeah,
days.
it was
So,
hot
I'm
and
wearing
muggy.
like shorts. I'm not like, they're kind of cut. Just wasn't really happy with them being on stage, but I had to wear short.
Yeah, because he forgot his stuff at the hotel because he was bringing all my stuff.
Yeah,
which was hilarious.
Yeah, I just wear on stage what I was wearing that day.
just got off work. I'm wearing it. Nah, it was. It's fine, but yeah, I won't make that mistake again. That's for sure.
Yeah, that was funny, but I felt bad for you. 'Cause-
Going back to the shows thing, I've noticed a lot of bands, especially in this area and in your area, a lot of them tend to so oversaturate themselves in the same area, and it's just like not only are you hurting the club, you're hurting the scene, but you're hurting yourself.
yeah.
You know, it's a lot of them just shoot themselves in the foot left and right.
Yeah, I think a lot of times people do that. It's for their own satisfaction, to be totally honest. I think people love playing shows, and I can't blame them for that. I also feel that unless you're a specific type of act, namely cover band, it's kind of difficult to find venues that'll put you on. Unless you're promising X amount of tickets. That's why, like I mentioned, like Wonder Bar, like Happy Mondays, like I enjoy that stuff because there's just a crowd of people that go there to see like whatever happens to be on that night. And yeah, I mean, I'm with you though. I wish that there was a bigger, diverse group of music, but it gets to the point where there is kind of that in crowd, and they have connections with who they have connections with, and that's who gets the shows. It's something that we've dealt with. Our entire career over here is not always being, the people on the inside of that circle. We've kind of, fought our way through over the years. So it does get difficult sometimes to book shows. And then sometimes, like you said, we played this venue so many times. So, what does it benefit us?
Well, not to mention,
do again?
especially since COVID, like the amount of venues have just been drying up left and right. Like we talk about it on here all the time. There's no venues left in Ocean County.
Yeah.
The entire county.
Yeah.
And it's there's so much less places to play and so many more bands trying to play those places.
It's such a shame. Even Brighton Bar in Long Branch, I work like right next door to that place now, and I remember just at least I went to one show that I remember, which is where we met Rob. But I just remember it being like a cool venue, and
the Brighton was a great place. Yeah.
And it's difficult, for bands that play original music to find certain venues that are still willing to do that. And then, we get to the point of selling tickets. Almost every place is X amount of tickets. And I mean, we get that, it's a part of it. But at the end of the day, I think that's why we're trying to hone in on what shows will be good for us, to be able to promote. Because, we tried doing the, 3 shows a month thing, and it didn't really work out too well. So, I got to just change it up. Yeah.
Well, it's like today I saw a bunch of pictures of the inside of the Saint.
Somebody
The
posted
bar's
that.
ripped out.
Yeah.
The stage is gone. All
I don't
the
even
shit's
know.
I lived in that place for a long time, and I didn't even recognize it.
Yep, that's another one
crazy.
too. Yeah, the Saint was
Did you
awesome.
know there was a window behind the stage?
No, I had no fucking idea.
Yeah, it was like blacked out, right?
There's a window behind the stage. I'm looking. I'm like, what the fuck wall is that?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, the stage is gone. I'm like, the curtain's gone. I'm like, there's a window there. Holy shit.
Supposedly they're moving and making the Saint, which I hope that they.
I heard they're kind of teaming up with somebody else, and
Yeah.
it's not going to be the Saint anymore. It's going to be them and the other person kind of collaborating, and it's going to be a whole new thing.
Yeah, well, I just hope that it doesn't lose its original charm of, that was the first place we played. I think that was a rite of passage for a lot of original bands kind of in our area. And, I miss you just popping over to the Saint or looking on their website, you pay like what, $10, $5 to go get a ticket over there.
They were the outlier in Asbury.
Yeah.
They wouldn't keep to that group and only play that genre of music. They would
Correct.
let anybody play.
Yeah. As long as you sold tickets.
It was like basically like almost everyone's first show was at the Saint,
Yeah.
and like thankful for it, because they gave bands, small
Well, they
bands
gave you a
place.
chance, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, I mean, I have nothing but great things to say about that place. I mean,
Yeah, they always treat us nice.
Yeah.
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 I mean, sad, but like we said, hey, never know what they're going to do, what's going to happen in the future. And I hope for the best because I live in town now.
Yeah.
And that would, nothing would make me happier than to get another original music venue for smaller bands. I like listening, to bands and hearing songwriting and things from local people. I guess lesser known people.
I was a little disappointed. I was looking at the House of Independence schedule, and they have kind of started to follow that new trend.
Well,
or they
you
used
got
to
to
have
pay for
some
all
of those outlier
fixings.
heavy bands that would come through
Yeah.
there, but as of right now, they
No,
got
well,
nothing in that nature.
new ownership there too.
Yeah.
So I guess they'll figure it out real quick. I feel like they'll see if House continues to go strong or if they're making mistakes. And hopefully they're willing to play it by ear and see what works for them. But I would love nothing more than to see the House come back. I'm not a big hardcore fan, but a lot of my friends have played hardcore shows there and like they loved it and the energy was crazy.
Well, that whole scene has up and moved to Salty's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I was at Belmar.
Salty's Belmar.
Yeah.
We stopped by there. Salty's was another venue that we've kind of been talking with.
Yeah, good friends of mine,
through.
Jay Beluski and Mike Ramirez. They stomp out New Jersey and Poor Man, New Jersey. They do punk and hardcore shows there, like
All the time, right?
All the
Yeah,
time, like
yeah.
like every weekend, pretty much.
I know that scene tends to come together. I feel like and throw some bangers.
Yeah, well, it's traditionally that whole scene is just built off of the DIY kind of feel. Like it always ends up, we get into those bigger places and then somebody does some stupid shit,
Yeah,
and then you go
yeah.
back to the VFWs and the fire halls.
Yeah.
and then it's just like that slow march back up the ladder.
Yeah,
and-
yeah, I feel that.
yeah,
Yeah.
It's been the story of this.
I mean, we played House twice, right?
Right.
Yeah. House is one of my favorite venues to play. Played the Pony. Pony indoors was super awesome. But yeah, it's those venues that I think are the ones that we attain for. Rather than kind of some of the smaller ones. But again, you got to make it worth it. We have to make sure that it's an event that people want to go to. The last thing that we want to do is beg friends and family to buy a ticket because it's your band. I think it's every band and musician's dream is to gain fans that are fans because of your music, not because
when you
they're
play
friends.
a show, you have those people that you're not close with.
Yeah.
that just show up and you kind of see them there time after time. And
yeah. And I mean, we're fortunate. We've had some rocks since we started.
Yeah,
People that consistently show up.
We definitely have a nice little something going.
It's also good because then you have that
Yeah.
feeling that your music resonates with someone.
Yeah, 1,000,000%. And on the social media, specifically Instagram,
It's the devil. Yes.
Yeah, no, I know
Wow, Jesus
I don't.
Christ.
If I didn't have, if we didn't have the band, I probably wouldn't do social media. But I do it for that. But he's in charge of a lot of our Instagram stuff, and I just see the DMs come through and everything, and always a lot of compliments, a lot of praise, and we're grateful for that. So you're right. It puts you a little bit more at ease that you're reaching out to somebody and they're
It's resonating with someone. Yeah.
exactly.
Well,
I
it's
like that he plays my role. You're like, yeah, email Jeff. Yeah, go for it. You're gonna answer it. You're the one
I
that
feel
does
your
it.
pain, man. I feel your pain.
It's a pain in the ass.
Oh,
It
I know.
sucks.
I know. I do
It
it.
fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Who do you
I'm
think's
gonna
books on
I'm gonna
these
go
damn
play
things?
golf.
We do similar stuff to him. Like he'll call me and be like, "Oh, you got a minute?" I'm like, "I'm actually out on the golf course right now. I can call you after."
No, I'll call up Jeff and be like, Jeff, just so you know, we're booked out for like the next 2 months of Mondays.
Like, yeah, that's great. Fine, whatever.
Like, all right, I'll be there.
just make sure it's on the calendar so I know when and where.
Yeah.
So since we segued that, so internet stuff. So we got Instagram. Oh God, TikTok.
Yeah.
Whatever.
See,
It is what it
TikTok's
is.
not my thing.
No,
I'm
me
not
neither.
a
I
fan.
try.
But that's like the thing right now.
Yeah.
Like these,
It's
But you know what? I have seen and heard a lot of these. I don't know if I want to call them influencers, but they're saying that now Instagram is kind of making a comeback again because they're getting their algorithm better.
oh, okay.
Well, I've also
So-
heard that the like record companies and things of that nature have also noticed that like when you get that one thing for like a band that got on TikTok and they have that viral moment, it normally only lasts about a week to a week and a half,
And it doesn't
and then they
sustain-
just disappear
yeah,
again.
yeah.
Well, that
So-
even that's even true for like a lot of TikTokers that have gone like viral. Like they'll then think they're huge and like try to throw shows and no one comes out because they're only really big on it, TikTok. So
Which
like,
is also such a
so
shame.
The carryover isn't really as good as everyone thinks it is. But yeah, just Instagram is making a little bit of a comeback, but that's like our home base. Our Instagram is kind of where
Yeah.
everyone kind of can just find us. And if our Instagram ever went down, I'm packing up.
Yeah, seriously.
I
Don't say
think the
that.
band is pretty
Like I
much
said,
done.
not
Instagram's probably
starting
the one
over.
that I'm like
No.
the most comfortable
Yeah,
with.
same.
Yeah.
I mean, I lurk more than anything else.
I've noticed Facebook is relatively useless for music.
It's
Yeah.
these
for like
days.
family
Yeah.
and moms.
and
stuff.
Marketplace. Is this available?
Yeah, Marketplace like took over eBay.
Yeah, seriously, it did. Well, I mean, no fees, you know. So
Well, it's like whenever
Give it-
like we
give
post
it
on
time.
Facebook,
yeah,
it's really for like our parents, you know, and
yeah.
Well, the only time we post on Facebook is because it's linked to our Instagram. And
Yeah,
just
see,
what
it
I post on
automatically does
Instagram
it.
automatically
Yeah.
goes to Facebook.
Now we'll do. I mean, we still tend to stay active on there just because it's what we do. But yeah, I mean, social media wise, we're at the break plans on everything.
Yeah.
One of the things we checked before we made the name was to make sure it was available.
Well, it's funny, like on Facebook, for instance, no one will ever click to watch a video on Facebook. It's
Yeah.
like you have to almost be like, okay, ready,
Well,
everybody?
that's why for a
click the
while
little play button to
Facebook
wa-
started the autoplay.
Yeah.
As soon as you
Yeah.
scroll past
Yeah.
it just automatically starts playing.
Well,
So if you like post a video though on Facebook, you're like, it just no one even like cares.
it's like
You
negative
post a
engagement.
stupid picture and you're gonna get a ton of likes
Yeah.
because it's easy. It's easy, quick. But like Facebook is the worst for like videos. Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm not a social media fan. It's a shame kind of what it's done to, a lot of the industry and just people in general. Like you said too, a lot of these TikTok, a lot of these TikTok stars and, it's for the record label, they don't really give a shit because they cash in on that viral
Well, for a
moment.
while, the record labels were chasing that. Like,
Yeah.
someone blew up on TikTok, and they were like within like a day, like throwing them offers,
Yeah.
like, oh, we'll give you an advance to go record
Yeah.
this, but they've realized like, hey, it only lasts for like a week. It's
Exactly.
it's not worth our time.
Yeah, and that's that's another thing too is we don't really strive for trying to go viral or anything. I think at this point it's just we consistently put out content, and realistically the only thing we're looking for is for more people to give us an ear on our music. And
Well, as long as you're consistently growing, it doesn't have to
Yeah.
be by leaps and bounds, but as
Yeah.
long as you're consistently growing, that's all that matters.
yeah, our TikTok's not for sure, but that's
Fuck
just
that
how
thing.
it is.
Well, back to what you said before about the making sure the names were available for the name of the band.
Yeah.
What comes up when you Google the break plans? Are you the first hit?
Yeah. We're the
Yeah?
it used to be the Fray.
The Fray,
Break.
The Fray has a song,
Right,
like the
break your-
Breaker Plans.
Break Your Plans. Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
cover, so that used to come up by the Fray. But now I'm pretty sure we
Because
dominate our Google
it's
page.
weird that when you start a band these days, you actually have to think like, all right, if I type this into Google, am
Yeah.
I going to be
Yeah.
on page 1 or am I going to be on page
No,
like
we're-
750?
We made sure the
We're-
.com was available.
Yeah,
too.
the .com. Yeah,
made sure
we
that
have
was
everything.
available.
But yeah, no, if you because I'll be totally honest. I've Googled us before recently. No, if it
I've done my research.
I've done my research on us. No, but because we've done podcasts and shit like that,
I'm sure you have Googled yourself.
I've Googled myself. Yeah, but no, I mean we come up and luckily it does look good on our branding, and it's a reward of the work that we've put in for the last 5 years or so.
I Google myself. All I get is hockey players.
Yeah.
There's Matt Cullen that plays. He played for the Devils. He played for like 8
yeah,
hockey
Matt
teams.
Cullen, yeah.
It's
I
funny.
kinda remember that.
My ex girlfriend's last name was Colin, and her brother's name was Matt.
Oh.
Colin, yeah. So
Look at that.
So there you go. There's
Yeah.
another one that'll pop up on Google.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'd be proud.
My doppelganger.
Yeah.
and like half of our songs are written about her.
Oh,
Our early songs.
Just a couple
It's
of
always
still
about
in
a
the
girl.
notebook.
Yeah.
Always about a girl. Always about a girl.
Got to go back to the old breakup Rolodex.
Yeah, seriously.
The old.
I love those things.
Well, before we go any further, I want to give a shout out to Diane. She's the reason you guys are here today. She hooked
Yep.
us up with you guys.
Hey, you remembered your name this
I
time.
remember her name this time. When she was on here, I'm like, for some reason, I was thinking of my friend, and they both start with D. I'm like, we got Dawn, and I'm like, nope, that's not her name.
You're not going to live that
Diane,
down
awesome.
ever.
We love Diane. So Diane's
she's
a saving grace of this
yeah,
whole
she's
thing.
done so many great things for us. We got linked up with her 2 years ago, I want to say.
Just about.
Yeah, just about 2 years
Yeah, I've
ago.
been on their podcast. They've been on our podcast. Yeah,
Yeah,
they're good people.
Yeah, super. Doug is
Yeah.
also. He's hilarious. We fuck around with Doug a lot.
Doug, yeah,
Yeah,
he's great.
Doug.
He's a funny dude.
Yeah, and no, but we're super grateful for Diane. She kind of keeps us in check, and is very much a process of our day to day.
That's very cool. Like I said, shout out to her for hooking us up and getting you guys on
Yep.
here.
Yeah, honestly, thank you for having us.
Yeah, give a shout out to our sponsors, Manafurkin Brewery
Yay.
in Manahawkin, New Jersey.
I love them.
Yeah, we last week, actually 2 days ago, we just did a little podcast with them. That'll probably be out before this. And then, who else we got? Low Fidelic Records, Main Street in Belmar.
Oh yeah.
And TrueNewJersey.com. Description will have a code for 10% off your order.
Where's the description?
Underneath the video, dumbass.
Oh, well, I don't know. I don't look at these things.
Final question before you guys get out of here.
Wait, hold on a second. Why do you look at me with like such disgust?
'Cause
Like-
it's
like rage.
It's like you're hearing me say these things for the first time, but I say them every goddamn week.
I don't hear that.
I know.
I have you muted.
All right. Final question. If you guys could change one singular thing about the local music scene, not like this to that to make that, just if you could change one singular thing about the local music scene, what would it be and why?
I mean, I think we both kind of know the answer. Well, we kind of talk about it. I think just like bands just being friendlier with other bands. I mean, I feel
That's
like
exactly what I was going to. Well, I was going to say clickiness, changing clickiness.
yeah, like high school lunch.
Yeah, I
lunch
saw
lunchroom,
a meme the other day. I didn't get to send it to anybody, but it was two band members like hugging each other.
Yeah,
saying
I saw that.
great
With the knife
show,
in the
but the knife's in the back.
I posted that. Yeah.
Did you? Yeah, but that's exactly what you know.
But yeah, I just wish like there wasn't such a like I mean, competition's always going to be anywhere.
See,
but,
I had this conversation with a good friend of mine the other
Yeah.
day. I believe that all stems from like the era of bands in this area, especially when you had like the battle of the bands and then always pinning bands against each other to sell more tickets.
Yeah.
Because then it becomes like a competition and it's not a community.
Yeah.
It's you're my competition and my enemy and I have to do better than you.
It becomes
Right.
such a popularity contest,
It is.
and every man's out for themselves. When realistically, I think at the end of the day, we all just want to play some fucking music and play some
It's,
shows.
in a
and
sense,
have a good
it's,
time.
it's the promoter's fault that bands are like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
we've been told
you're not wrong.
we've been told by some bands to stay away from their fans, and we're like,
What?
We had this one. Seriously,
Yeah, I would have looked right at him like, fuck you.
Yep.
Yeah.
No,
Well, that's
we-
basically.
I mean, I've been
we
with
just wrote
bands
better
where it's
music
like
than
stay
that
away
was
from my
our-
girlfriend.
Yeah.
Seriously, no. It was like
Like you can't tell people what kind of music to like.
Yeah.
Like you
Yeah.
can't.
And
It
not
was
only-
unbelievable.
And not only that, we were like, "What is somebody allowed to listen to one fucking artist like their entire life? Like, who's your playlist?
Yeah.
Oh, I just have one artist." It was
That's
like,
most Bruce Springsteen fans.
yeah,
Yeah. So that's kind of all sums it up right
Yeah.
there. Yeah. Just
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't get
Yep.
I, mean, I agree with that 100%.
Just do better.
you know.
And that's what
better.
we try to preach around all the bands we have on here is we got to treat it like it's a community because like when you guys this episode comes out for you guys are going to share it, right? And
Right.
your fans are going to watch your episode, and then the next time they go on YouTube, it's going to recommend some because at this point I think we've had like almost 60 bands on something somewhere in that area. So
Yeah.
like they're going to go on and it's going to and they're recommended on YouTube. So
Yep.
it's like because you watch this, you should check out, and they're going to find a band they've never seen before.
Yeah, yeah. I think which is super important.
And we have, I mean, all over the place. Like every genre we've covered. Like we've had like a spaghetti western with upright basses.
Oh, that's
we
wild.
have like post folk music on here, singer songwriters.
That's cool.
Metal bands, hardcore bands, reggae bands. Like we've had everything on here, so you can get a little taste of
Right.
everything.
Yeah. No, that's super awesome. And, you make a good point with getting those recommended videos and checking those out. I mean, so many times I've gone down the YouTube rabbit hole and found some shit that I really like,
Yeah, well, I've had a few people in the past say that my approach is selfish and I'm trying to just grow our podcast. I'm like,
Hey.
no, because I look at it from we don't make shit from this podcast,
Right.
but
Yeah.
the bigger we grow this podcast, the more we can help out and do things for every single band that
Yeah.
we've had on this podcast.
Yeah, which is the entire point of kind of what we try and do too is just
Yeah.
get the word out.
Yeah.
That's really what it is.
It's the only way you're going to do it. It's
Yeah.
got to be a community, and everybody's got to be helping everybody.
Yep.
If you're fighting everybody, no one's getting anywhere.
yeah, 1,000,000%.
Or we could all just get together and fire our bass players.
Go fuck yourself.
No, I think that's my new answer now.
Yeah.
What can we change in the scene? Get rid of bass players.
No,
Get rid of
no,
those players.
no.
Fuck them.
Not going to happen. You need us. Trust me, you need us. We're the glue that holds it all together.
You're the glue, all right? Glue factory. Anyway, so
Gentlemen. Thank you very much for coming.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Pleasure. Thanks
We,
for having
we-
us.
we appreciate you
That
guys.
was fun.
And I don't know. I know you guys aren't doing too many shows, but maybe sometime midsummer, or I know I'm maybe October-ish, I'm going to be looking for some bands. So
Okay.
if I might
Nice,
reach out
man.
to you guys about
Yeah.
playing a show.
Yeah,
That'd be great.
absolutely. We like playing. So
Good.
and again, thank you guys so much for having us.
No, not a problem,
thank you
man.
for coming.
Thank you for coming, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
You want me to push this?
Push the button. And we're out. Bye.